It's important to map out what it is you want to map out, pun intended. You'll see here I've created a really rough sketch of what's going to be in the story map. I've got the title, and I've got what I'm going to want on my main stage of the map, what I'm going to want on my side panel. I've broken it down into the 4 sections we're going to be adding to the map. We've provided you a graphic organizer you can use too, which is very student friendly, so you can assess what were they working on or even helping guide them. This right now is just a rough draft to show you how to build this map. So we're going to call this map Civil War Begins, so it prompts you to enter a title. We're going to go 1860 to 1861. Notice there's also an option to take a tour if you'd like, and it will walk you through most of the steps that you need to make a map. We'll click Next. When it comes in, it's going to ask you what map do you want to use for this. Well, it turns out I've decided, or you can add to your main stage an image, a video, or a web page. This is the entry page. I've decided I want to use an image for this, and I've gone out and I've found a Library of Congress image. Notice there's a link for a URL here. I've already pasted the address I want to point to for this URL for this image. I'm going to go ahead and paste that in there. Notice it ends with the JPG. I'm going to say center onto the image. I'm going to click Next. Then it asks you what do you want to put in the side panel that will accompany this image. I've already typed that as well. It's right here. Copy that. I'm going to remove that text. I'm going to Control V. And you'll notice I've got my side panel now. Now I've got all the text that I want to accompany this image that I've added. And I'm going to choose Add. And notice we now have the side panel with the title. And we have a primary source document here showing the assault on Fort Saunders. And that's how you create the title slide. When you're done with your title slide, and if you like how it looks, great. If you're not happy with how it looks, you can choose to edit the section and go back in and edit it. We'll save this. We're going to add the second section to the map. They ask you what's the title of the second section. The second section, we're going to name this The War Between the States, is another name for the Civil War. Then it asks you, for this one we want to show the map, and we want to point to the map we've already made, the demo map, which notice it comes right up here, and you can select the map. It then gives you a number of options of what you can do with this map. You can change the location that the map is centered on, you can change the content that the map is showing, and you can configure whether or not you want pop-ups to open up and add some extras. We're going to choose to configure the content that's shown in this map, because all we want to show in this map are the states that fought in the war. So notice when you choose that, all content in your map comes up. It's very similar to the map, the table of contents in the map that you made already. We're going to turn off these layers and work our way down to just the rivers, the lakes, and the states. We're going to say choose to save the content. We're going to make sure that we show a legend so students can work with that. And we're going to choose Next. And it asks you what text do you want here. I've already got the text typed in this Word document. So I can copy it. Go back to the app. Paste it, and I might look at that text and say, you know, that's a little too small for what I've created. So I'm going to highlight it. I'm going to go up here and I'm going to choose to change the size to a size 14. And I think I would like for my students to have to focus on these questions a little more, so I'm going to make those slightly bigger, just to make sure they have no excuses. I'm going to choose Add. So notice we now have a story map that shows on the home slide the setup of the map and the table of contents. Choose the war between the states. I've added questions that my students can answer working with the map. I added the legend over here so they can see what each item on the map represents, and it's an accordion style legend. We're going to add another section. And for this one, the title of the section is the Capital Battleway. It's a spin-off of the Capital Beltway. Let's go ahead and copy that. Notice we're going to keep the same map. This time let's custom configure the location to zoom into the area where the capital cities were, and they were over here in the Mid-Atlantic area. So notice I've moved my map over. Now I'm going to choose to save the map location. For the content, we want to show the capital cities, so I'm going to turn on that layer. Save the map content. And I don't think we're going to need a legend, but we might want an overview map of where this is. I'm going to choose Next. I would ask for more text for the side panel, and I have that text right here. Copy it. I'm going to paste it. I'm going to change the size of the text. Seemed like 14 was working well. I'm going to make the questions the same as the previous one. Make it size 16, and bold it, and choose Add. So notice now we have the Capital Battleway section. We'll add our final section. I'm going to continue to work with the same map. And in this one, this is where you get into looking at those map notes that I preloaded. And we covered map note making during Module 2. For the location, we can go ahead and we're going to keep the same map. Notice we're using the same map we used before. We're going to change the location of this section. We're going to zoom out to show the Civil War frontier. We're going to choose to save that map location. I'm going to go to Content. We're going to go ahead and turn on the 3 map notes that are the top layers here. Choose to save the map content. The more I look at that map, I think I want to change it. So I'm going to go back up and change my custom configuration. I'm going to zoom in so that folks just focus on the eastern half of the United States. Now I'm going to save that map location. I'm going to choose Next. I'm going to add the text for this section. Go back to the map. I'm going to choose to copy and paste it. Similar as before, I'm going to change the size of the text. And I'll go ahead and highlight Fort Sumter. Edit the bullets a little bit. Then I'm going to choose Add. And what you'll notice is we now have a Civil War map that starts with your home screen, Capital Battleway, War Between the States, It looks like it did not. Looks like it messed with our setup. So let's go ahead and edit that. To edit it, you click on Main Stage. Let's zoom out so we can show all the states. Save that. Go to the Capital Beltway. Go to the major events. And you'll notice each major event has a map note with a primary source in it. With this, you could have a web quest for your students, or you could have your students making these maps. You'll notice in the text that I've constructed here, we have links to text to make the text interactive. And to see how to make the text interactive, we have a recording showing how to do that in our webinar this week. So this is how you can take a web map, the Civil War map, and make it a story map. When you're done, and even before you're done, make sure that you save your map early and often. And when you want to share it, choose Share, and you can choose who you'll share it with, and we'll go ahead and share it with our organization. And notice it gives you an option to link or embed this map into a website. So you could link it and send it to somebody. We're asking you to send the link to us as part of your assignment. So that's getting started with story maps.